Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and are getting your craft on. Today what I am creating is a digital layout that is created with some elements both from the new core catalogue and from the new mini release. So the files that are there, the letterbox is from the Home for Christmas digital collection, and that frame, which I don't actually end up using, is from the core catalogue, one of the collections for the core catalogue. The little stamp is also from the Home for Christmas, and then I have a couple of other little elements that come in. The Home for Christmas digital collection has so many cute little elements in it. It's really beautiful. Lots of stuff. So pop over to the website. I will have a link down below where you can go and see. But today I'm showing you pretty much the process of how I come about to the finished layout and put it together. You can see here in my Cricut space, I have made the very pink, little light pink box is a 12 by 12 size. So I'm creating everything so that it will fit in there. When I'm using this frame, which does get cut and put to the side, and I think I will make another layout using that in a similar way, the boxes that I'm fiddling with there that I'm putting in are photo sizes. So the square one is a 3 by 3 photo. The rectangle one on the right is a 3 by 4. And so I was trying to work out if I could have that, so I could put 3 by 4 photos in there, or if I could put 3 by 3 photos. Now, once I got that sort of like worked out it was going to have that size, I realized that either the little post box there would have to be put over 2 pages or on a separate page. And you'll see here me working through how I have the elements on the page and how I end up with the finished product. It does end up being a single page in the end, but very easily this could be changed and made into a double with some photos on the other side. So this is where my creative process normally goes. Bring in a few elements, I might discard some along the way, I might bring other pieces in, and as I build the page later, I'll talk about some of the things I thought about doing and some of the things I didn't do in the end. The making memories I knew I didn't want there. I've brought in some lettering. I will change that a little bit later while I'm making it because the lettering just didn't quite work. And then you will see it's now pretty much condensed to that one page. The box there that I have is now the size for a 3 by 4 photo. So I've created that and I've created a border around. Now I don't cut all of these individual elements. Some of them I just cut on my cutter at my table so that but having them on the page anyway makes sense to me so that I can go through and see exactly, visualize exactly how the page will look. Here is, I've cut it out, and I'm so sorry guys, I missed the first, I don't know what I do, sometimes I'm very tech illiterate, and I thought I was recording this but didn't. So this is my post box. It comes in 4 pieces. So you have the big main piece, you have that darker piece that's on the left hand side there, and the little piece that I'm popping on now, and another red piece below that the envelope sits on. Now what I had done with each of these pieces is go around and blend them really well. At present there's a piece of black cardstock that I had put behind it, but because I had ideas of what I wanted to do with this when it got to the page, I end up cutting that out. Now I should have put, when I get to it later I'll show you, but I should have put some black behind it once it was on the page as well. But yeah, for in a moment I will take that out. Here I'm just adding a little bit of blending on those legs, and I felt like it needed like a line there that's not there, so just a tiny little bit of blending helps to then make that look like there is sort of a difference between the top half and the bottom half of the box there. That is my box, which is the majority of this layout. It is going to be quick and easy, and that's another thing I love about digital designs and creating with digital designs is that they can be really quick and easy to put together. Now you see me taking off pieces there. That was the old lettering. I have gone and done some new one. And you also might have just caught there that I was putting some double-sided sticker tape on the back of that white paper that I'm going to cut my new title out of. I love double-sided sticker paper. It means that once I have cut lettering or things like that, I don't have such a hassle then adhering it to the page. Just be aware though, if you do use that if you then want to mount it, it becomes a big problem. But I generally kind of know before I cut it whether I want to mount it up or not. So I also changed around that title from Letters to Santa to Dear Santa. And my idea behind this is those photos of children writing a letter to Santa. I just had to have a giggle to myself. I had to go back and re-record this part because you will need to make a copy of the letter to Santa to keep for posterity's sake. And you'll see where I make a little area for that in a second. So here I'm making the stamp that goes on the letter that sits in the background. And I go through all my stamps and find a little Santa to stamp on that stamp, and I will colour it in a little bit later on. So there we go, there's that cute little Santa. Now this Santa is from the Christmas Album Retreat collection. If you haven't done an album retreat with Close to My Heart, they are absolutely amazing. But one of the things I really love about them is that the album retreats always have really nice little stamp sets that have cute little icons and detail stamps that you can use all the time. So I've stamped that one on there and going to start looking at what I will do with the background. Now, this is where I'm showing you that that little hole is going to be a spot that you can place a copy of a letter to Santa. And then you can also have that. I'm going to raise this up. I'm just making sure I have everything logistically right. And then I'm going to mount that in a moment. Here I'm just giving that a quick color with the tri-blend markers, and it doesn't need to be detailed. There's not a lot there, but just so that it stands out and doesn't go too far into the background. Now I did feel like this needed something underneath that post box, that there was too much of that background paper. The background paper is a bulk paper from last year that was called Christmas Story, and I absolutely adored this paper. And this is my very last full 12 by 12 sheet. So I was having a hard time, getting my head around using it, because when we hoard paper, but it's there to be used. So I went, nope, I am going to use it. But I absolutely adore it. But I felt like it needed that little bit of grey down below. Now I am putting the mount on the back of that post box, and you can see I have that little piece of paper there, so I know not to let the have the mount so that it can sit far enough into that post box, but also that it won't drop down too far. So that's why I had that little piece of paper there while I was putting that on the back. You can see now I'll remove it and place that where I need it on the page. The next thing I do is pop a little bit of shading underneath there, so it's sort of up around the legs of the post box, but that's to just give that bit of a dimension and make it feel like it is actually on the page and not just plonked hovering on the grey cardstock there. And then we go to adhering all our little bits and pieces. You'll notice I do need to add a little bit of foam tape onto the side of that letter with the Santa on it as well, because it's sitting half on the post box and half on the page. So I'll do that in a moment. I'll also add all of the other details. It really goes quick from here. I did say at the start I'll talk about some of the things I thought I may have added to this but didn't. I was looking at adding a cluster of like holly leaves and decorations just in that corner behind the Dear Santa, and in the end I thought I very much could have done it. One, I would have been covering up that beautiful paper that I have there. The other thing is that I thought it would start cluttering up the page, and I really liked how simple and clean and easy this page was. So I did decide not to do that. I hope you've enjoyed this. There's a bit of a slowdown here of the layout so you can see the dimension and see how it all works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Please, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see next and all the other things. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.